Milk Bottle Reliquary by Fred Truck. Copyright 2016 by Fred Truck. All rights reserved. Milk Bottle Reliquary is based on the ancient practice of religious reliquaries, which are sculptures that house relics of saints and kings or queens. Such relics might include hair, pieces of bone, wood of the true cross, and so on. You will find none of this in Milk Bottle Reliquary. Instead, you will find several other sculptures, several of which are in exploded form, floating in space so you can examine them more closely. Other sculptures are just floating in space. All of them refer in one way or another to Mr. Milk Bottle, a cartoon character who has given his shape to the reliquary itself. Milk Bottle Reliquary is a sculpture that exists only in cyberspace. You can move close enough to the red truck to sit in the cab. It can be easily manipulated by dragging the computer mouse here and there, wherever you desire. Milk Bottle Reliquary is my response to the tendency, begun in the 20th century, for artists aspiring to be remembered to have a museum dedicated solely or mostly to their own work. Marcel Duchamp began this movement, but on a more modest scale than it is now practiced. As the 20th century rolled on, Picasso had his museum, Donald Judd had a whole city in Marfa, Texas, and Warhol had his museum in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Stop-action sculpture depicts Mr. Milk Bottle walking through an 8-hour linear clock. Recently, the Reliquary has obtained a 3D cyberspace model of the stop-action sculpture. It is highly abstract. These last two computer-generated images are both called Song of the Volga Milk Bottles. The Leonardo da Vinci flying machine on a cube was an early form of transportation used by the Reliquary. The sun god chromosome is the mature form of the infant sun god. Notice the front head of the sun god chromosome is the same as the back head, except it is upside down. The red truck by Fred Truck is powered by the analog engine, which runs on digital gas. The memory device is in the pickup bed. This machine is the ultimate expression of mobile computing. The infant sun god is the sworn enemy of the Reliquary, threatening to use his mature form, the sun god chromosome, to bathe the Reliquary in harmful solar radiation. The bomb is thought of as a reference to World War II, but in the Reliquary it refers to suppressed anger. Suppressed anger leads to Rocky Milk Bottle, an expression of a great heavyweight champion with a fatal glass jaw. The marching cartoon water towers. Wherever things are stable, wherever the social order is entrenched, the marching cartoon water towers show up to do their act. The performance is always the same. It always ends in a huge catastrophe. Their long, skinny legs get tangled, and they crash into each other, spilling trillions of gallons of water on the exercise field. The marching cartoon water tower's performance is inevitable and hilarious. Audiences always demand an encore.